Hello guys, I'm no Jake, and in this video I will show the best start and we'll talk about the new loadouts in Season 15 on Fallout 76. You will probably get a little distracted by my tents, but they are fun, so I will leave them there. Try to listen to me while you watch them. So you start the game and you can talk to these robots. You don't need to talk to them. You don't need to grab these items either, because when you go outside, all of the items that you can grab in the vault, that are only things that are here on these stands, will appear with you. For example, you don't grab the building supplies, they will still appear on your character when you go outside. But if you feel like you prefer, you can grab them. Here, you can go in this room, interact with the thing, but if you don't, you will still get the Overseer holotape that you should grab by going there. You will still grab the thing. Here, you don't need to grab this thing, you will still have the thing. So you can just go straight, it doesn't matter if you interact. But if you interact, for example, with the computers, you can get some informations. An example I will show you. Right now, we don't have anything, right? And here there is a pen, that it's a very particular item. When we go outside, even if we didn't grab the pen, we'll have not only the glasses and all of the other things, but even the pen. So that really shows you that you can you get everything, even if you don't get anything. Here you can pass the security and get some experience. So every time you start a game, you can just go straight. And now we'll talk about loadouts. For first, it's better to start level 2 or level 20. An experienced player knows that, to be fair, it's pretty easy to get up to level 2, to level 20. Like, you can start at level 2, right? And just join a pair of events, a pair of very high level events. And even if you keep dying during the event, or if you hide and just shoot a pair of hits on the boss and on the enemies, you will get a lot of experience. So, you can probably get to level 20 in a few hours of gameplay with some friends, joining a team and joining a public event. It's very easy. But by starting at level 20, those hours that you will spend trying to get level 20, you can spend them trying to get, for example, level 25, level 30. Plus, by starting at level 20, not only you get perks, and to be fair, even at level 2, now you need to choose something, and probably, like, there are no choice that are good here, except for this one, the Action Boy, and the Slugger. You probably will always start this one if you want to play on a team to get experience, or this one if you want the best low level perk in the game, because having a faster regeneration of action points, meaning being able to use puff more, means being able to run more, so means being able to be safer. Action points is the most important resource when you fight, when you go around, when you travel. So you always want to level up your Action Boy or Action Girl perk at the start, and get these if you want to level up. So it's not like there is much choice here. If you play alone, you can start with this one, otherwise start with this, and that's it. Instead here, things are different. Again, we can take a look at the perks of every loadout we choose, and we can already try to decide what we want based on perks. So the level system makes you get a point in every statistic, every level, until level 50, and gives you a perk card that you can choose to put, and then you can put the card, you can equip the card, or you cannot equip the card. It depends. You don't, even, for example, I level up strength and I get a card about strength, I don't need to equip that card at all costs. I can also equip other cards, because every few levels, and after level 20, every 5 levels, if I'm not wrong, you get some packs of cards. You get 4 cards essentially, every 5 levels, if I'm not wrong. And this works even if you start with these loadouts. For example, if we start with Commando, these are not the only cards we have. we have these cards since the start, and as soon as you start, you also get always. Lone Wanderer is if you play alone, but you also get a level 2, 2 level 2 cards for playing with a team. So you can get rid of this one and instantly equip the other one, right? So you also get those other cards, so you can have the best charisma card equipped if you play alone or if you play on a team since the start. And you also get the packs that you will get by leveling up alone. So we get these cards plus 2 charisma cards to use if you want to play on a team. Plus, if I'm not wrong, another bad agility card. Plus 6 packs that will contain, I think there are 6, that will contain 4 cards each. So it's 24 more cards maybe, if I'm not wrong. So with all of these other cards you will get, you will be able, if you're lucky, to change the perks you don't like and put other perks in. And since level 25, you can also change your statistics. So you start at level 20. If you like the cards, you can reach level 25 and then change the statistics if you don't like them. For example, maybe I don't want to have so much luck. I remove the luck and I put the luck on strength so that I have more carry weight. So you need to keep in mind these things when you start. The perks you have, the perk cards you have, because you will be able to use them, but you will get also other perk cards. And so if you're lucky, you can get the cards you really want. Because if you level up alone from level 12, from level 2, you can choose every single card and be sure that you have your best build possible, right? But again, you still get other cards, and you still will be able to get cards leveling up, also since level 20. So keep these things in mind. So by judging just by perk cards, probably, like, there is just one loadout that is good here, and the reason is pretty simple. Let's take a look at all of the loadouts, right? Very fast. So in the Commando one, we want to do damage with automatic rifles. And we have this thing that helps on that. This card is already not so useful. Action Boy is just a level 1. And then all of the other cards are not so useful. So essentially, the only very good card we have here, level 20, is only this one. And the Charisma card too, because you have both the Lone Wanderer and the cards to play on a team. So Charisma cards and this card are good. The others, in my opinion, are all trash. Like, you don't need any of these. There are a lot of cards that are much better, and you probably want Action Boy at level 3. So here, the only one very good card is Commando. And if you play alone at level 20, you probably not only have Commando, but you also have already Expert Commando at level 3 maybe, if I'm not wrong. You can have that. So probably if you level up alone, you'll be stronger at level 20. So that's something you need to keep in mind. So Commando not so good about perks. Gunslinger, probably even worse. Like, again, you have this card to get extra damage, and then these other things are, in my opinion, totally useless, not necessary. And again, not a lot of good cards. Concentrated Fire is a little, it's good, but again, they're just level 1, they're not even level 2 or level 3. Specialist, this is a little better if you want to have this kind of build, because Psychopath level 3, rank 3 is not so bad, and you also get Action Girl rank 3. So here we have Psychopath, it is good, Serendipity is not bad, but everyone has Serendipity. You have Action Girl or Action Boy, you have the Charisma cards, of course, and Concentrated Fire, fine. Awareness is kinda bad, but fine, it could be funny to start the game and be able to see the defense of the enemies. It's good to grab some informations as a new player. So here already we have some of the best cards, to be fair. Action Girl, the best one. For example, you can start with these loadouts here, and at level 25, you can rearrange some of them. You can put more points on strength or in agility to have more action points. That works well with the Psychopath and this kind of luck path based build. or more strength to have more carry weight and do more damage with melee weapons. These perks are already a little better than the others, in my opinion, because of Action Boy again. Then we have Slugger and Shotgunner. Shotgunner is another build that is very good in my opinion. Differently from others, almost all of the things you see here works very well with your build. The reason is simple. Like every build has serendipity, and a lot of them have evasive, but they're not so important because usually you play at long range, so you don't really need to have evasive and serendipity because usually you will play with IHP, right? Instead here, as a shotgun players, you will play at close range, so evasive and serendipity works better because you're playing at close range. Also, first aid becomes better because maybe you take more damage, so it's better if your steam pack is more HP. And all of the attack cards you have are amazing. This is very good because makes accuracy and spread better of the shotgun, making the shotgun more efficient at long range. Shotgunner gives the usual 20% extra damage, and scatter shot is like overpowered because if you think about the fact that you have with you, for example, an action, an automatic rifle. It's one of the best weapons in the game, right? Thank you to this perk, when you start with this loadout, essentially your shotgun that should be very heavy will be much will weight much less. So you will be able, since it's lighter, you'll be able to bring with you more ammos. And you also need to keep in mind that if you chose Commando and use automatic rifles, right, to do the same damage that a shotgun does, you need to use 2, 3, 4 ammos. Instead, with a shotgun, you just use a single shell to do a lot of damage. So at the end of the day, with this build you have a lot of strength, so extra carry weight, your shotguns weighs much less, and you can bring a lot of ammos with you. Thank you to the fact that you have more strength and you don't need more carry weight for the shotguns because they are lighter. So this is, in my opinion, here one of the best loadouts because this thing really works. If you plan on playing with shotguns, this thing is perfect essentially. You can definitely change some perks maybe on intelligence, on other things, but these perks here, this perk loadouts, it's very good. And the last one is Slugger. Slugger is similar to the shotgun one. The difference is that you have pick lock. So since the start you can pick lock things at level 1, because you can pick lock or hack things at level 0, but with pick lock and hacking you can pick lock and hack things at level 1. With expert you can pick lock things at level 2 if you have both the perks equipped. So starting with this one is already pretty good. Here the same things about shotgun. Since you are playing melee at close range, having first aid, evasive, serendipity, it's better than having these things on other builds. Traveling pharmacy probably is the worst one because you probably get rid of a lot of aids and you just bring with you, I don't know, 10 steam packs, a radaway, and that's it. It's not like you need so many more things, so you really don't need to lower the carry weight of aids, in my opinion. You can just bring with you what you need when you start an adventure or a mission. And then we have Slugger and Martial Artist. That works similar to the other one. Makes your melee weapon lighter, but here they swing 30% faster. So with Slugger plus this one, plus Expert Slugger that you will unlock later, you can do a lot of damage with melee weapons. They are very efficient. You can try to play a sneak character. You can grab a long range weapon and play from long range, and when enemies are close to you, you can just swing your melee weapon. You don't need to bring with you a lot of ammos. This thing is very good. In my opinion, for a new player, this is the easiest build. Melee weapons are very good, probably until level 50. Late game, I don't know if you will use this. Late game, you will probably have enough resources to just use the best weapons you have. But at the start, especially if you don't play on a team, if you're alone, playing with a good melee weapon, with all of this strength that lets you carry a lot of things, plus Lone Wanderer, this is the best build. But now, we need to talk about one last thing that can change everything. Because you don't only get these perks, plus the packs up to level 20, plus other perk cards, but you also get weapons, unique items, and plants. And this is something very important. Again, a very experienced player probably doesn't need to have plants, doesn't need to have the starting weapon, because maybe we'll have a friend that gives him a better weapon, right? But if you play alone, the weapons, the starting loadout, and the plants you get can change everything. For first, let's talk about plants. So, the specialist gives you the plants about the 10mm. In my opinion, it's very bad. Shotgunner gives you the plants about a very strong bolt action weapon. Gunslinger gives you the plan about a revolver. Slugger gives you the plan about the bat. And Commando gives you the plan about the combat rifle. That in Fallout 4 is like the best weapon in the game. I don't know here, but I think it's a pretty strong weapon. Then you get some chems that differ based on what you are. And also you get different bubbleheads, but bubbleheads works like chems. They just works for some a small period of time, and you can farm and grab them around the map. So these are not very important things. Plants are forever. And the starting weapon you get, it's also very important. I will talk about what are the worst one in my opinion. On Specialist, essentially you don't get anything. You get a 10mm and a bad combat rifle. So we can ignore it. Specialist, good perks, but very bad starting items. We can ignore that. Gunslinger gives a very strong revolver. That it's very, very strong if you want to do damage from long range. It does around 70 damage, maybe more. The problem is that it's still a revolver. You need to build something that lets you aim at long range. It's not reliable. And at level 20, you can very easily create a long range weapon, a sniper rifle, that does like 60 or more damage without having to use a revolver. And the revolver is not very good, not even so good at close range. Like, it's much better to have a shotgun at close range compared to a revolver. And the shotgun can attack from very far away, but again, if you want to attack enemies from very far away, you don't use a revolver, you just take a sniper rifle. So I don't think that Gunslinger gives very good items. So Specialist, very bad. Gunslinger, bad too, but at least he is something better maybe than the Specialist. Slugger gives a very strong bat. So since the start you have a very strong melee weapon that will one-shot weak enemies and will two-shot stronger enemies. And then at the end we have the Commando and the Shotgunner. I think this is the thing that defines what's the best loadout to choose. Commando gives you a very strong automatic combat rifle. It's super strong. It has 75 fire rate, that at the start of the game, especially if you don't have friends that gives you things that are better, it's super strong. And does 27 damage. So 75 fire rate, 27 damage, a lot of ammo in it. Extremely powerful. Far more powerful than the revolver, far more powerful than the shit weapons that the specialists have. And obviously also more powerful than a simple bat. And then we have a shotgun with the shotgunner. So the shotgun you get here gives you 10 per 8. So can do up to essentially 80 damage with a single shot. So you need to shoot 3 times with the Commando to deal the same damage you deal with the shotgun. And the fire rate is 7. But I don't know here if it's a glitch or something else. The fire rate of the shotgun is not 7. It's probably around 30, I would say. It's a little less than half the automatic rifle you get here. So for example, if you shoot 2 hits with the shotgun, right, dealing up to 160 damage, at the same time you'll be able to shoot at around 5 or 6 hits at most of this other weapon. So these two weapons are kinda comparable in damage. In my opinion, the shotgun still does more damage. It shoots pretty fast, okay? And it shoots pretty fast, and I think it says that the fire rate is 7, because it keeps in mind the time to reload. But with the shotgun you get here at the start, you can shoot 7 or 8 rounds. I don't remember pretty well precisely. So you shoot all of these rounds, then you cover, reload, and then you can shoot again very, very fast. The weapon you get with the shotgunner, that, as we said, also gives you perks that works perfectly with your build, is 100% the strongest weapon you can get here. If you join a high level event and you're able to get at close range with this weapon, and you're able to aim at the head and shoot some hits, you will do a lot of damage. You'll be able to really help your teammates. Or if you play alone and you get on a high level area and you're able to shoot again at close range a lot of rounds in a row on an enemy, you will annihilate everything. This weapon, the weapon you get here, it's overpowered. And if it's destroyed, you can just repair that with some scraps on a workbench. Keep in mind that. So thank you to the level 20 shotgunner. You get, in my opinion, one of the best weapons at the start of the game for a player, again, that is alone. Because if you have a team, if you have help, if you're an experienced player, probably you will start with the Slugger to use melee weapons from close range and don't waste ammos, or you start with the Commando to then build on the Commando and power up your Commando automatic rifles weapons. Okay. In all of the other situations, if you're alone, if you're not so experienced, either choose the Slugger to chill. You can play long range with sniper rifles and close range with melee weapons where there are a lot of enemies around you. Or grab the shotgunner. Shells are not hard to find. You can also make them for cheap. And remember that you need to shoot 3 hits of this weapon to do the same damage that this other weapon does. So you need 3 of these ammos to do the same damage that this weapon does with 2 ammos. With 1 ammo, sorry. So the shotgunner is cheaper, is stronger, is overall better. It's the best weapon you get here. We get a lot of things. As I said previously, look, the pen is here, even if we didn't grab the pen. We get a lot of ammos. Pump action shotgun. It was not bolt action, sorry. We'll be able to create another one if we want. And this is our weapon. So you can shoot 8 shots. Look at this. And then it needs to reload. It takes a lot to reload, yes. But the fire rate is not 7. The fire rate is very, very fast. The damage you do with this thing is crazy. And the spread is very good, thank you to the perks you have. When you shoot on spav, if you hit, every hit goes there. It looked like 9, but it was... They were 10-9, all on top of each other, essentially. No, 10-9, no, sorry, 8 9s. Here we open the level up thing. And as you can see, we have set packs. We skip, and we can get a lot of things that can help us change something. But again, like, this is one of the few builds that are almost perfect like this. For example, I don't know, maybe at the start you can remove AOC. I can put Maratonator since I got this. Or if you get more action girl or boy, you can put more points in action girl or boy. So this was my quick guide about loadouts. If you would have to put things on a tier, I would say that the shotgun one and the commando one are an A tier. They're not an S tier. Commando one is better because probably late game you want those perks instead of the shotgun one. Shotgun one is the best one if you want to start a game if you're a new player, because it gives you the best damage, the best things as a player that is not so experienced, and it's very, very powerful. Then on a B tier, I will put the Slugger. That it's like, again, it's another thing that you can choose based on the situation and on the playstyle. And then on a C tier, I will put the Revolver one and the Specialist one. The Specialist one, maybe it's a little better again for perks. So for example, maybe the Specialist one is plus a B tier, like the Slugger, and the Revolver one is the worst one. I'm not Jake, thank you everyone for watching, have a nice day, and you can take a look at my other videos, guide on the channel, or you can watch me streaming every day on Twitch, and you can chat with me live. Remember to leave me a like or a comment to help me, and see you next time, bye bye!